Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please? The Taco Night Limited, now arriving from a Walt Disney tour of the Magic Kingdom. Passengers, stand by for boarding. Stops at Newland Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland stations. Oh boy!
Welcome to your Taco Nights podcast. We have a special edition, or should I say a magical edition today. We have I am your host, Corey, and we have with us today, Ben.
Oh boy!
And also our special guest, Steven.
Because they're Disney.
Alrighty. So, to go along with this Disney theme, if you haven't caught on yet.
Part 2, right?
Yeah, this is part 2.
This will be part 2.
We have no memory of part 1 because we don't have that much foresight to listen to what we said. So we might be reiterating ourselves a little bit.
I have some. Do not give false hope. We have a little bit of hope that I will remember some of it.
Yeah.
So, to continue on with this, this is going to be your Disneyland Chips, Tricks, and Whatnots Part 2.
Chips?
Mm-hmm. Yep, chips.
Chips, yeah.
They do sell them there sometimes.
Because over, like we said last time, how the lobster rolls have some special chips. So, chips instead of Lay's. Like
Tricks.
Yeah,
like
I
prostitutes.
Kind of, like after we did that first one, I was hearing about some of the other stuff. It's like, they're calling it a lobster roll, but that's only by virtue of having those 2 pieces of lobster on top of it. And it's like inside, maybe not really lobster.
Probably
maybe
not.
It is.
Lobster substitute?
Most likely. Or like crawfish or something like that. But there's so much seasoning and so much other stuff in there, you can't really tell anyway.
Did you know that Elvis Presley sang a song about crawfish? Only the king can make crawfish sexy.
And it goes...
Crawfish. Crawfish. Look it up. It's a good song. Kind of.
He was dancing when he was doing that.
Yeah, if there was video. If there was only video.
The hips don't lie.
Alrighty, so let me just kind of cover the basics of what we did last time. We kind of started our way down in Critter Country, went over some bathrooms over there, the empty ones, some of the food over there, little trail, made our way down to New Orleans Square, talked about a little bit of the food over there, then hopped right on over to Main Street over there, talked about Carnation Cafe, the bathroom that's hidden right by there, went over to Plaza Inn, wrapped around to that next bathroom right there between Plaza Inn and Star Tours, hopped around there, went all the way over to Tomorrowland Terrace, talked about the bands over there. From there, we went right over to the train station where the train let off, and there's that empty bathroom right over on that side. From there, we hopped back to, I believe it was around Mickey and the Magical Map.
Good show.
Good, amazing show. I believe we talked about that in that podcast. I'm not sure. Yeah. We can touch up a little bit on that.
Yeah, I think it was at the end of it.
Yeah, I think it was towards the near end, so if you cut it off, we'll reiterate a little bit on that because I really do love that show. There's also that bathroom that's right over there, right by the show. A lot of people miss that one, and make sure you don't go in the princes or the princesses. It's kind of hard to tell. As of that, that's the gist of what we went over. So today, what we are going to be trying to cover is Fantasyland, Frontierland, and Adventureland. And kind of going through those, trying to pick out those backside routes, bathrooms that we feel are usually less crowded.
Oh, and don't forget about Mickey's Toontown.
And Toontown as well at the back. That is over by the Mickey Small World, right by Small World. The entrance is right there. Mickey and the Magical Map is right over there. So, yeah, we'll get right into that. So let's just start right up with Mickey and the Magical Map, kind of where we left off last time. Do you have any thoughts on that one?
It's just a good show. Have you gone and seen it yet, Ben?
No, not yet. I've
Not
just
yet?
heard
Because you're a lazy bastard.
many things about that.
It's a good show.
Many good things or bad things?
Many good things.
About
From
me
us,
being a
mostly.
bastard.
Yes.
No, first time actually.
First time it's a bastard.
No, the Troubadour Tavern. I haven't really had a chance to eat there. Just kind of been usually bypassing that for all the other stuff. Doesn't really stand out, but the bratwurst seems something that would be a notable
What
thing
the
to try.
hell is a cinnamon apple baton?
Well, that bratwurst that you were talking about, that is on my list. I was going to get that last time, but I ended up going somewhere else. I ended up eating it like Tomorrowland Terrace because that's where everybody else wanted to eat. So I was like, fuck it.
I'm not too keen on the food there, I have to be honest.
Yeah, me neither.
It's pretty much as generic and basic as you can get for the theme park.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
It's
usually
basically
the
your
lines
standard.
are long as well, too.
Yeah, it's not worth the line.
It's
That's-
just convenient because it's right there and there's so many tables around.
It's true.
And then when you're sitting down, then there's usually a show or something that going on.
Well, what I did before was go to the Plaza Inn, get a Cobb salad, and then just took it to go
Oh, Cobb salad.
and took it to a place to sit. People just looking at me. Where'd you get that? I'm like, Plaza, it's a thing.
They got fried chicken.
They got fried chicken.
Really good
The
fried
Plaza Inn, they just serve ridiculous sizes of food. And portions?
Yeah, it is expensive, but the portion-wise, compared to everywhere else, it's a lot
Yeah,
better.
My mom usually shares with someone whenever she goes to
Yeah,
a
it's
place.
not really cheap, but what you get what you pay for in comparison to anything else that's in the park, basically.
Usually Disneyland doesn't really skip around on the food. Some places are weaker than others, but they're usually pretty good on their food.
Yeah, I think was the Village House restaurant in Fantasyland. I kind of feel they kind of skimp a little bit on the portions.
Which one's that? Is that the Pinocchio place?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. The Pinocchio place.
I've had the
You
flatbread
just
pizza
eat
there before.
You don't know the name of it. You
Yeah,
just eat there.
the Polka place.
Yeah. Well, I've had the flatbread pizza there before, and it's like
Yeah.
kind of like the pizza over at California Adventure. We'll get into that later, but I think in general the flatbread pizzas are not really worth the money. It's mostly
Yeah.
bread, just enough cheese to cover everything, and not really much in the way of toppings.
Yeah.
Kids seem
they've-
to like it, though.
Yeah,
It's pizza. I mean, how can they not like it?
but I think it's one of the best, well, not best, but one of the better themed restaurants.
All right. Yeah, but I just enjoy the atmosphere of Pinocchio playing polka, whatever,
And it's dark.
and it's dark.
Okay, well, going back to Mickey and the Magical Map.
Oh,
since
yeah.
we ranted a little bit
It's
on
still
all of those
Fantasyland.
things.
It's still Fantasyland. Yeah, Ben
little
kind of
Yeah,
Ben
I
this
guess-
time sidetracked.
Yeah.
So,
I thought that was my job.
Okay,
Hmm.
we'll give you that job today.
too early. Bring it back.
Let's move.
But yeah, Mickey and the Magical Map. The first time I saw it, didn't have Stitch. Second time I saw it, had Stitch.
Stitch is pretty awesome.
He's a new person in there, I guess.
Wasn't it because they had a Lilo and Stitch kind of musical segment in
They
there?
have a
but without
segment in
any
there,
of the
but they
characters?
mostly had these weird surfboard things that people
That they climb on.
they climbed
and
on.
they-
and-
I remember people
It's not my
complaining.
favorite
Wait,
segment of it.
Where's Stitch?
Yeah.
There's
but
and then-
now they have Stitch.
so they fixed it.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I was taken back. Hey, it's Stitch. I don't remember you.
It is better now. My life is
Yeah,
complete.
Okay.
it is really good. The Stitch casting is actually really good, and he has the Stitch characteristics as well.
Mhm.
So he has those little antics and like mischievous little things, where he just seems like he's gonna fuck shit up.
Because that's what you want as a Disney person.
That's Stitch.
Yeah.
He's gonna destroy it.
So the only, if for any reason at all, the main reason to go is to see Stitch do his thing.
I wouldn't say
I
that.
wouldn't say
but
that. No,
It's a perk.
it's a perk, but I mean, it's one of the few places you can see Pocahontas and Mulan singing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even see Rapunzel
just
singing
see
as
them.
well, because even if you go watch the Tangled show over at the Fantasy Fair, Rapunzel isn't really singing. It's just the two squires that are singing, the jester guys that are doing all the singing. So you really don't ever hear Rapunzel sing. So it's actually nice to go there and you hear them actually singing.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts, is when the three of them come out.
Yeah, and again, we probably mentioned it before, but Pocahontas likes to be heard. That woman can sing.
She is amazing.
She is.
And she looks like friggin' Pocahontas.
She does. She looks very much like Pocahontas. You know, sometimes you guess they're kind of that character, but Pocahontas looks like freaking Pocahontas.
Mm-hmm. Mulan sometimes, but yeah, I feel like they just grab an Asian person and throw them in there.
Well,
You're Asian. You look alike. You're good. Other than that,
We
then
can't tell.
yeah, they're like, screw it.
Are you Chinese or Japanese?
Doesn't matter. No,
Dirty knees.
you're hired.
Look at these.
But yeah, that one is a really good show. I mean, there's all kinds of other good stuff in there. You got the Mickey Mouse, and you got Jungle Book. You've got Little Mermaid. You got all kinds of stuff.
You got
in there, so.
Princess and the Frog. That's a pretty good segment too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the Jungle Books, you get to see King Louis, and he pals around with everybody. It's pretty cool. Go see it.
Yeah, definitely see that. And so I think that's pretty much a basic review. I mean, I don't want to give away everything that's in it, because it is pretty cool to see it, and it's just like, dude, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty awesome.
I'd say definitely go see that and check it out. It's worth taking some time out of your day to go there.
If not just to relax during the heat of the day.
Oh, yeah.
So was this recently after they reopened?
Yes,
When they recast
I
everything?
just after they recast it, because they closed it for like a week or so, to do recasting, because I know a lot of the cast was leaving to go do other things, so they had to recast everything. So like a lot of the dancers and the singers that are there, and you actually see them. There's a lot of new ones, and they're actually really good. I was surprised.
So you got to see this set before they move out. You get like a less stellar Pocahontas.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good. And actually, they changed it so they actually interact with the audience more. So, like, they actually come down off the stage and run up the aisles and stuff now. So it's, like, really cool.
But not to ruin it anymore.
Yeah, so not to ruin it anymore. I don't want to give any more of that away. But, I mean, so if you have kids...
Go see it.
You should go see it. And
if you don't
right
have kids,
after...
go see it.
Or right before, you can also hit up the Mickey's Toontown right behind there.
Well, that was my other question too. It's like it's not really just a kids show, right? Like adults.
Oh no,
even
I'm
if,
an
like,
adult. I'm an
I
adult,
take
and
time
I
to
go,
go
and
see
I
it.
don't have kids.
Like I'd go see it by myself, is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically.
Yes, if I could, I would see it. Like if I had the time, I would definitely go see it. But I'm usually doing stuff during that time, so I can't. But if I ever do go, I do take time out of my day to go watch it. It's one of my shows that I have to watch.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Ben.
Okay, I'm sold. I'll go watch it
All right,
next
go
time.
do
Okay.
it. Sold him twice on it.
Alrighty.
But back to Toontown.
Yeah, I mean, because since
Hit
you're going to be
Toontown?
back there already, yeah, might as well hit Toontown, because if you're going to be back there, you're watching Mickey and the Magical Map, you need time to kill before it or after it. There's Toontown right there. You got character meet and greets back there. You can meet Mickey, Minnie. You got the Roger Rabbits.
Yeah, that's for me. That's the only reason to go is the Roger Rabbit ride. It's pretty cool because Roger Rabbit, he's known, but I don't think he's as popular as a lot of other characters.
No,
out
he
there.
has more of a cult following than
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
else.
I'm just happy that they had it. They actually made a ride for him at Disneyland.
Gags and all.
Gags
Everything
and
intact.
all. Yeah,
And it's
it's a
one of the
pretty
most
nifty ride.
creatively designed dark rides too.
It is?
Using
Yeah.
still
Isn't it
the-
one of the first ones to spin around while you're?
Yeah, so they actually had to design all the set pieces and everything so that because you could ride the whole ride backwards if you have that good of control over the steering wheel, the spin control. So they had to design it so that it looked good from all angles.
Every freaking angle.
And it's actually a fairly long ride too for a dark ride.
Yeah, for a dark. Yeah, it's pretty long actually.
Yeah.
And I feel like the line can seem a bit tedious when you're waiting in it.
But even that has stuff to entertain you.
Yeah.
Look around. You can pull on some doorknobs and they yell at you. Have you tried that? No?
I haven't. I honestly
know
haven't
the
ridden in
doorknob
so
that you
long.
can pull is like the electric one outside.
Yeah, that's outside. But
that's-
on the inside, some of the ones like I forget. I think it has to do with the gorilla that kicks out.
He's like, "What's the password?"
Yeah, something like that.
I thought that was automatic.
No, could be. I just pulled the doorknob at the right time.
Coincidence.
Possibly.
There's also that little roller coaster back there, but I
Oh,
mean, that's just for
Rescue
kids.
Ranger one?
Yeah.
Gadgets Go Coaster.
Yeah. I'm a little too
Yeah,
big
we're a
to
little
ride
too
with
big
anybody.
for those ones, but I mean, if you have kids, it's a good one.
Well,
or if you just want a little,
It's a starter coaster.
Yeah,
it's a
really. I
starter
mean, the
coaster.
only thing it really does is just spiral.
Mhm.
And it's a super short ride. I think it's 30 seconds total from when you leave the station to climbing the hill, spiraling down and getting back and
Mhm.
unloading.
Yeah, it's not a very long one.
So if you count the thrilling portion of it, it's maybe like 15 seconds, 10, 15 seconds.
I know. I used to ride that as a kid, though. I used to go on that thing all the time because I wasn't tall enough to really ride roller coasters.
I remember the first time I went on it, it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
so
this
do
is
I.
cool. And it's like, I want to go again. And then my dad's like, you're going to have to wait like another 2 hours or something
Yeah.
to get on it. And like, I don't like it that much.
Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, it's a ride worth going on if there's no line, but if there's a line, I'd just say
Yeah,
skip
it's
it.
not.
Like, you're better off doing like Big Thunder.
Yeah.
And Toontown's pretty cool, but it's cool for kids. It's more for
Yeah,
meet
it's-
and greets with different characters.
Yeah,
and-
that's definitely what it is, and I mean, it's
Like,
kind of a time for the parents to just relax.
If you're a group of adults going, like maybe young adults, something like that, and you want to go, do just a quick little tour around. It's cool to see all the houses and all that they've made for the characters, like the Fab Five, which is Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Pluto, and Daisy. I know that's 6, but yeah, that's still.
It's
Yeah, I
because
think
Mickey
it's
isn't.
Mickey
Mickey's
and
not.
It's
Mickey and the
included in
Fab
it.
Five.
It's mostly for the photo op with Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
get to take
So-
it in their house and everything. So,
And their house is interactive.
mm-hmm.
Like a lot of stuff in there.
A lot of their stuff's interactive. I personally like seeing Donald's house. It's a boat.
Houseboat.
Very true.
Anyway, so that's about it for.
So yeah, that's. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there's a little
there's
trolley that
not
goes
one-
around,
Oh
but
yeah,
that's,
but there's
that's
really
relatively new. isn't
Yeah.
it?
Trolley?
No, the
trolley.
trolley. I don't think even moves anymore. I think
No,
it's
that
just
was
stationary.
when it first opened. It would actually
Yeah.
move for the short
Oh
length
no,
of
I
Toontown
was
from
thinking of the
Roger
remodel
Rabbit.
of it.
Yeah, now the remodel, it's just stationary and it's like a photo op place.
Yeah, it's just a photo op. They actually took it off stage for the longest
Mhm.
time,
Yeah,
and
because
it's mostly Disney corporate lawyers because
Yeah.
the whole thing wobbled. There's no way that anyone was restrained in there. So the fear was you'd fall out and then someone would get in trouble.
yeah, that whopping half a mile an hour.
Yep.
Yeah, even then.
Yeah.
You might die, or just roll. Either one's an option.
You choose.
Yeah, but they kind of lost a lot of stuff. Even the Chippendale treehouse,
Yeah,
that's there, but you can't really go in it. There's nothing in there. It's just
in earnest, I haven't
a
been that way
fixture.
in years. I should probably swing
Yeah.
by there again.
Toontown?
I think
Toontown.
Goofy's
yeah,
Playhouse
I
is
walked
another
through
shut down
there.
too, right?
and,
Did they?
the
I
what?
remember it was like a bouncy house or something. Like that.
Chippendales?
Yeah, it's like one of those
Yeah.
bounce castles that
Yeah,
people usually
that's
get. But
right.
They've been
into-
it's been closed for a long time. Like it's like
but it's still listed as an active attraction in the
Is
park
that a
map.
fact? Well, that's
It's like, here, look at it. Okay,
bye.
take a picture.
that's it. Yeah, because you haven't really been able to go in there for like ever.
No,
So
because I just
Yeah,
remember
it's-
you can crawl around through Donald's boat, go through Mickey's house, get a picture, Minnie's house, get a picture, Gadgets Go coaster, and the Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin, and everything else was like kind of little shops and dining stuff.
yeah,
I mean, the shop is cool because it's actually a big shop.
Mhm.
and they have some stuff that they only.
Oh yeah,
sell
I forgot
back
about the
there.
shop. It's pretty
They
big.
Yeah, there's some stuff that they only sell back there too. So, because all the shops, they have like sometimes like special things that they sell there. I know one time I was looking for a map of like the old park like the actual park map of how the park used to look, and that was the only store that had them.
Really?
Was in the back. So I bought them there because I wanted them, so I ended up back there.
They kind of put more generic merchandise in that store too, but it's a good place to go shopping at the same time.
I just remember they sold just a bunch of candy. So much candy.
I think they scaled back on that a little bit, but
Sorry.
The reason why they have so much of the stuff still in stock there is because it's at the back of the place and they close early. So most people don't really go there to go shop. They shop on Main Street.
Yeah.
So if you really want stuff, like, you kind of tend to shop towards the less popular stores towards the back of the park, and that's where I found a lot of the stuff which I was looking for originally, but they were sold out everywhere. And like what you were saying, Corey, it was only found in that part of the park, that store.
It's
no one wants
true,
to make it that
no
far.
one wants to go all the way to the back. That is the farthest point back that you can possibly go. And you go back there, and when you're there, you don't think about shopping.
No, you're just... in earnest, I think of leaving.
Yeah, honestly, you
for
aren't
me
thinking
over
of, like, I want to shop here. It doesn't give the atmosphere of shopping. Like, when you're on Main Street, it's like, I feel like I should buy something just because there's stuff to buy.
Look at all this cool stuff.
Yeah, and then when you're at the back, it's like the door to the store is so hidden. Like, it just looks like another building that they have back there. It doesn't really look like the shop unless you go in there. But it's just there, so it just doesn't make you feel like you want to shop there. So that's why all the hidden things and leftover things are kind of back there. Cause,
the only thing that's not really hidden is the bathroom. That's like not front center, but like right in the middle of everything.
Yeah, like middle of everything. It's right.
It's really crowded. It's not too big either.
Well, it's probably crowded because of all the small bladders.
Yeah. So if you have to go to the bathroom, probably not the best choice to go.
If you really have to, I'd suggest just go right outside to that Mickey and the Magical Map one.
Yeah, the Princess.
When you leave Toontown, you're going to see it on your right hand side. Just go right up there. There's one over there.
That's so much easier.
Just not when there's a show. Like before.
When the show is over, it's the worst time.
Yeah, just go during the show.
During the show is fine because everybody's sitting down and there's so much going on that it's like there's no downtime to like get up and go bathroom. And most people go there early, so you're just standing there for like 30 minutes. So it's like, why would I skip something? So,
but one of the good things about Mickey's Toontown is that it's an area where if you kind of have your own lunch or you just want to kind of sit down and relax, towards that back end over at Toontown City Hall, it's actually a quiet area. There's a lot of tables and chairs there where you can just kind of sit down and...
Nap time.
Yeah.
Well, right now, I believe they are doing construction back there, though, so...
Or are they?
Yeah, they have all the like magical walls up that kind of block off everything, so that whole back corner is kind of blocked off.
Well, it's just to repaint the fixture or the buildings and
yeah, but like the whole seating area is not there right now. But it'll be openly. Normally it is. So
someplace I like to just sit was that fountain, the musical fountain that they had.
Oh, over by Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, over by Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, the only problem with that is when it's busy, there's strollers everywhere there.
And when the sun's up high in the sky.
By no means is it shady or anything. I just like listening to the fountain.
Oh yeah, sometimes it's nice, especially when it's not super crowded and it gets
off season.
horrible.
It's better off season.
Definitely,
sometime during the fall when it's not as
on a weekday
when we have less summer.
So how musical is the fountain?
It plays some of the old time songs and all that. I think they play a couple that was in Roger Rabbit.
Like continuously on a schedule?
Intermediately. Whatever. Every once in a while.
And what about the fountain on the other side of Toontown?
I have no idea.
Like we said, we don't really make it that far into Toontown.
Yeah, we usually cut off at the Making a Magical Map and Small World. Furthest we go is probably to the train station.
No, the train station boards before you go in there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I'm saying.
you really never go in. We never
I
really
just
go in.
never, I never go down that slant that goes in
Yeah.
there.
I think usually the only time you really go into Toontown, if you're not intending to go there, is like after you come off It's a Small World. Then you're like, oh, look, it's right there. Do I want to walk down that way?
Yeah. It's a hill down, then a hill up. It's this weird.
Because you got to go underneath the train tracks.
They didn't lift the train tracks. They just sunk the ground.
That's easier.
Yeah, it's much easier, honestly. But
well, that's kind of what they did for a lot of the rides too, like Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion, Pirates.
Yeah. Pirates, you go down the waterfall underneath the berm. Haunted Mansion, you go down the elevator and walk underneath
Wasn't
the berm.
there a height thing? Like, there was an ordinance thing where they couldn't build above a certain height, and that's why a lot of them...
Yeah, that's why...
Disney actually implemented that.
Yeah, he implemented...
Yeah,
that's why when they
put
were...
himself in the butt.
Yeah, that's why when they built Tower, they were having that problem, and that's why it has to go down into the ground.
Tower being Tower Terror.
Tower Terror, yes. I'm sorry, I'm getting over there, but I'm just talking about the height thing reminded me of that. But the reason why they couldn't build it as tall was because of that ordinance that Disney himself put in.
Because he didn't want any tall buildings kind of encroaching upon the illusion within the park.
Yeah,
like he built the berm and everything surrounding the Disneyland proper just to block out the outside world, because then you enter the world of fantasy.
Yeah, you leave all your worries behind you, basically.
You're in a new land. You're in fantasy land.
You don't have to worry about money problems.
You're in your own happy illusion.
Anything. You're there at Disneyland. You live in the moment. And that's exactly what it is.
Unless you're a parent with kids having meltdown.
Yeah. and once again, I mentioned it last time. Parents, just let your kids take a nap. Everyone's happier in the end.
Even parents themselves, just take a little breather, a little respite from the day, and everyone's so
many almost fights I've seen over the littlest things, like really, really crowded days. You're going to get run into. I'm sorry. It's just a matter of fact.
Yep.
People just get so angry. You ran into me. There's like nowhere to go. Yeah, I'm going to accidentally bump into you. Get over it. Just sit down, take a breather. It's fine. Don't ruin my day because you're dumb.
Yeah. It really is like that. I mean, especially when there's parades going on or anything, or
any of the special events
that's going to go on when it makes it super crowded.
Grad Night is the big one.
Grad Night Candlelight Vigil that they have.
Oh, yeah, that one's...
Oh, the Candlelight Processional.
Yeah, them too.
Same difference. But yeah, those are all... You're going to run into people. And it's just... I mean, you go to Disneyland, you don't expect to have your little bubble around you. You're going to have people invading your space. I mean...
There's only once that I've ever been to Disneyland that I was able to put on my arms and go in a circle and not hit anybody. It was the weirdest feeling in the world.
During the day?
During the day. I cannot remember when this happened, but I know it's off season on like a Tuesday.
Where in the park?
Right there by the statue. Yeah, Main Street.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was by the statue, and
there was nobody taking pictures.
Where is everybody? Granted, it was kind of drizzly that day, but you know,
that's the best time to go.
Oh yeah, if it drizzles and it's just barely going, that's the best time.
Or even the day after a hard rain. No one goes over the fear that it's going to rain.
Mm-hmm.
Just go.
This is California. It rains for a day.
I have a good story about that. It was New Year's Eve, I think, for the actual millennium, I want to say, 2000 to 2001. And it was raining, it was scheduled. The forecast said it was going to rain pretty heavily in the daytime. So we get there and it's like, I don't care. It's New Year's Eve and I'm going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
If it rains, it rains. And so we get there and the skies are dark. It's not raining. Everything's dry. A little bit cold.
But the
slightly windy.
There.
Yeah. But there were a good amount of people still, but not like super crowded.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as the park opened, like maybe an hour into opening, it rained.
Oh.
and then it was kind of off and on, not really heavy, but just like enough to be a nuisance.
Yeah.
And it was like drizzling and sprinkling throughout the whole time, and then around 3 or 4 o'clock it let up, skies turned blue, sun was out, and all of a sudden the park got crowded like in an instant.
Wow.
But during that time when it was raining, we got to ride so many rides, like more than once too.
Yeah, I would go on Splash or the big Grizzly Peak or something like that, because you're going to get wet.
Yeah, I think that's what we did. We actually went, I think we went on Splash like 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're going to get wet. We're already wet.
Yeah. But I have a story. My mom and I were deciding to go to Disneyland, and it was a pretty rainy day. But we're annual pass holders, so we can tough it out. And so we went, and my mom checked the schedule. Okay, it's going to close at midnight. All right. We were there, and the tram said it closes at 8. Like, wait a second. We were looking around, and a few people were, didn't it say 12 o'clock online? Like, yeah, I swear it said 12 o'clock online. And then finally we got there, we asked the cast member, it was like, didn't online say it closes at 12? Like, yeah, we're closing it early because no one's here, and it's been raining all day. And no one's really been showing up.
Yeah, I think that happened to me like once or twice too.
Yeah, I never heard of that Disney show shutting up because of the rain. Like, I thought they would just try to milk as much money as possible.
Well, they got to balance operating costs.
Yeah, because then they're going to lose
I
money on
understand.
the operating.
But at the same time, it's like, come on. What about all the APs? Or give at least some warning online that you're going to be closing up shop.
Well, not even APs, like even people who go and buy a ticket expecting it to be full day, and then all of a sudden, halfway into their day, they're like, hey, I lost 4 hours.
Yeah, like, that's one little complaint I have. Like, just advertise that a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Getting
moving
back to the fun stuff.
Getting back into our tips and tricks and whatnots. Let's get into moving down from Toontown. Going down into Fantasyland. Right there you got that little shack. What is it called?
Love Shack?
Yeah.
Love Shack, baby.
No, the one that has the pork shanks and whatnot.
Edelweiss snacks.
Yeah. That one.
Edelweiss.
The Edelweiss.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That one. The one they got the chimichangas there. You've got the chimichangas, pork shanks, turkey legs.
Okay.
And
they're the turkey legs at Disneyland. They're shaped like turkey legs. They smell like corned beef, and they taste like ham. They are just delicious.
Yeah, it's been a while since I had one. So my memory's not.
I've never been too keen on turkey, so I thought I'm not going to get it. But then my buddy Joe got it. He bought it. I'll take a bite. Delicious.
Yeah.
Absolutely delicious.
And they're moist. And they taste good.
I get it now.
Like, it's like they don't taste like turkey. They don't even look like turkey to be.
Well, I mean, the turkey leg shape.
It's a turkey leg shape. But when you bite into it and you look at it, it's like, this doesn't really look like turkey.
No, it looks like ham or corned beef hash or something.
Yeah,
manufactured by Disney.
And I swear they get it off dinosaurs because these things are freaking huge.
But they're delicious.
Yes,
I'd suggest getting turkey leg. The pork shank is also very good. Very big bone, but
we actually tried that the last time we were there, Corey and I. My impression of it was basically like a giant rib. Like meat falls off the bone, tender rib. Extra barbecue sauce and everything, and it was really good. They had a little bit of fatty content in there, but that kind of led.
The flavor comes from.
Yeah,
that and the bone. That's where the.
That's why it tastes so good. It's because they cook it with the fat and the bone. Just make sure you don't eat
it wasn't
the fat.
Super fatty or anything too. It wasn't like super gristly or fatty. It was like a really good rib should taste like. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm pretty sure this isn't. It's kind of like along the lines of turkey leg. It seems. But for what it is. I mean, it's definitely not bad. I wouldn't say it's the best thing out there, but it's
pretty good.
Yeah, it's
Alright,
actually pretty good.
I'll give it a stab.
One thing I had was little complaint about it was the actual meat. If you were to eat it without the barbecue sauce, wasn't very impressed.
Yeah, because that's more. The meat on the pork shank is really thick, so of course the outside's going to be all seasoned and everything. But once you hit the inside, that's kind of why they give you that little cup of barbecue sauce.
Oh,
because you kind of need it to
You
dip.
need it because I was like, I just want to try the meat.
Yeah, that's what I like.
But it's like, I tried it. I was like, it's really bland. And then it's like, they probably don't marinate it overnight or anything. So it's like, that's why they don't get that flavor all the way down to the bone.
You think Disney would be able to afford to marinate some meat overnight?
You would think, but no. If they did, they did it wrong because you had no flavor.
Wait a minute. Disney do something wrong? That is blasphemy.
No, they can market.
I was being
They can
facetious.
sell.
Disney, California themed theme park in California.
Right?
That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
If I want to go to the beach, I won't pay $1,000 to go to a fake beach. No, I'm going to go to a beach.
There's
free.
the beach over there.
No. But no,
There's a pier.
Yeah, there's a pier, San
boardwalk.
Francisco Pier.
There's a picture of a beach.
Yeah, and there's farmland.
Oh.
I can go to a real farm.
No,
Not anymore.
there used to be.
Yeah, there used to be. Bugs Land kind of took over that. And
You can go to a beach at California Adventure. Just go and storm over California.
bam, and done.
That's everything.
Yeah.
But that's being replaced next year, I
Oh
think.
man, that's the ride I like.
The only part I didn't like about that one was the LA part. And it's like, lately it's been super shaky for me. I feel like it's like not in focus. So it's just shaking back and forth. And I had to like close my eyes because I was getting like sick. I don't know. It's just...
I just like smelling the pine and smelling the oranges. And
Oh, so
seeing the
good.
guy fall.
Yeah.
It's always good. Anyways, you should get back to the part that we were talking about.
Yeah, we'll get to down to DCA another time.
And you hear all this again.
Yep. And all of our love for that one and complaint.
They apologize ahead of time.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry for anything.
And Brock Sampson. You're getting rid of Brock Sampson then.
Alrighty. Well, down in there at Fantasyland, where we were.
You walk out past Small World.
Yeah, once you walk out past Small World, you're going to come up to Fantasyland. You're going to have the Storybook Land right on your right-hand side. On the left-hand side, you're going to have the Teacups and Alice, which is currently
Yeah, it's
under
currently
refurbishment.
Yeah. Which is a good ride. I like that ride.
That one's a good one. They're adding the side walkways for it and everything now.
Or which one?
The Alice?
Oh, if the ride E stops on the
Yeah.
track outside, then you can get off.
Yeah, you're not stuck.
But they're also putting in an animatronic Queen of Hearts.
Are they now?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
supposed to be really big, impressive, fluid motion and all that stuff.
I feel it should be good. I mean, their animatronics have gotten a lot better. I mean, you go into the aerial ride over at DCA. I mean, they've changed a lot. And
Yeah, I'm not sure if you've seen the
I'm not too keen on that.
Seven
ride. Sorry.
Dwarves Mine Train ride over at the videos over Magic Kingdom, Orlando.
No.
They look really lifelike. The faces are all projections and everything, but it's like...
Well, technology is just amazing. Mickey Mouse in the parade blinks. That freaked me the fuck out the first time I saw it. Because I was just watching him during the parade. Da-da-da-da. You know, the Disneyland make the noise and he's drumming in there. All of a sudden, I saw lip movement. Oh, whoa.
He's
Whoa.
talking.
He's actually talking. Wow. All of a sudden, he made eye contact with me, which is, not really what happened. But his giant eyes came in my general direction, and he blinked. He shouldn't blink. I was frightened a little bit. I was like, whoa, that's too much technology on someone's head. It was just kind of impressive. And
I remember when they first came out with that blinking, talking, singing Mickey head, or lip syncing Mickey head. People were complaining about the pictures because before you only had to worry about the kids blinking. Now you got to worry about Mickey blinking. And they're like, it makes for some interesting pictures. He looks kind of high in this picture, or he's asleep, or. But yeah,
Yeah, it was.
Speaking of sleeping, Small World tip: about 17 minutes, you can just get on that ride and take a nap.
It's a long.
No one's gonna bother
ride.
you.
Yeah, it's a pretty long ride.
It's better than Pirates. Pirates is a good nap ride, a quick nap. But It's a Small World, man, that is amazing. I did it the other day. No, actually, I had some pretty big people in my boat, so I was afraid. I was honestly
leave us big people alone.
no, like huge guy. Like there was 3 of them.
Ooh.
Once they got in the back of the boat, once we pulled off that loading thing, and you know how it drops you into the water, it tipped to the left.
Wow.
And I was on the left-hand side. I almost fell over the boat. I was like, holy crap. I had to lean towards the middle, towards the right.
I don't want to drown in 5 feet of water.
And basically the whole time we were going through that ride, we were going sideways. So I was just leaning to my right the whole time, afraid I was going to fall into the dang water.
You fall into the drink.
You threw a penny in as you're going down the ride. Like, I wish we don't tip over.
I wish not death.
So I kind of relaxed, but didn't get to get my full effect of my nap because I was really looking forward to that, but I didn't. So I ended up going on Pirates and napped on there. So it all works out. I honestly don't remember I did it the last time and made it down. First drop, second drop. Then the next thing I knew, Jack was talking to me.
Again, the worst thing they did to that ride was put
Dated.
Jack Sparrow on it. They dated it. Made me sad.
Yeah.
Oh well.
All right. So in Fantasyland, you have a lot of the dark rides. Did you want to go over the dark rides that they have, Steve?
Dark rides. They
or
have.
Ben?
Yeah, we start with Alice, and then we can work our way around there.
So Alice, then next would be the
Mr. Toad.
Mr. Toad's is the next. Yeah,
I think we talked about that last time.
I think so because that's one of your favorite ones.
Yeah, you end in hell. How can you not like something where you just end in hell?
You die, you end in hell, and it's like, ride's over. It's like, wait, am I still in hell? Ride's over.
Good luck.
Have fun.
Now go on Peter Pan.
Yeah, waiting that forever
and wait for
line.
like 2 hours.
I like Peter Pan. It's awesome that you get to fly above it all. The track is above you. It's not worth the line to me.
Nope.
It's just
it's never been worth that line for me.
But one of the things that they're actually doing right now is once Alice is done, they're gonna work their way and pretty much domino their way around that Fantasyland circle and hit all the dark rides and refurbish them all and upgrade the sound, the lighting, the animatronics.
Well, what was their rush? I mean, it's only been since the beginning of the park.
Yep.
They're trying to make it shine for the 60th anniversary. I mean, it's not the first time that they've remodeled Disneyland.
So they better get on it.
Well, it's not that big of a thing that they're doing too,
Well,
because
60
a lot of it
years
is just
still
flat
big.
painted cutouts. So you just replace those with more like 3D looking ones. And I'm pretty sure they have some already in the works. You just have to take out the old ones and install the new ones.
Yeah.
The hardest thing would just be programming and timing.
Yeah, but they can do that overnight.
They can do that. They have a lot of techs that'll do that. So, but yeah, Peter Pan's a good ride, just not worth the longest line ever.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I feel like there's a couple rides between those two, though.
Yeah, Peter Pan, if you hit it in the morning, you're good.
Yeah.
Or if you hit it at the end of the night, you're good, because then you're guaranteed to get on the ride.
Yeah, as long as you're in the line when the park closes, you are guaranteed to ride it.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually got lucky. We rode it after they closed. And I was like, oh, no, we're still open. You want to get in line? Sure, go ahead. I don't care. And it's like, but the park closed like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, it's fine.
I had nothing to do tonight anyways. It's all good. Yeah, but what else is there? There's Snow White.
Going over there across the way from Peter Pan is Snow White. So that's the next dark ride. That one I went on pretty recently. It's pretty outdated. Like, I went on it, I was like, wow, this is old.
Yeah,
it's pretty old.
Their first.
They are old,
Well,
but
these are all the original rides in the park.
So I put on my nostalgia glasses. I'm like, this is awesome. This is really cool. And then I
Really
look at them
old,
like,
but this is pretty awesome.
it's pretty awesome. So
And those rides, well, Peter Pan's the only one just because of the novelty of hanging.
Mhm.
That one you have to ride either in the morning or at the end of the night. The rest of the rides in Fantasyland, you can pretty much, if you don't get there first thing in the morning,
It's fine.
then
yeah, they're like almost always
towards the end of the
fine.
night, there's usually no line at all, and you just walk right on.
Do you guys know what's up with that Frozen thing?
Oh, the meet and greet?
It's a Frozen meet and greet.
Okay.
That's like 3 hours long.
I
Even
think
if you get there right when the
at
park
minimum,
opens.
it's like 2 hours.
Like, if you get there right when it opens and you beat everybody, okay, you can have a shorter line, but everybody heads there now. It's almost like when World of Color started, because now everybody just heads there, and it's like an hour wait, like right when it opens, ready to meet Anna and Elsa.
Yeah.
Just a meet and greet. Anna and Elsa.
Pictures, autographs.
You guys heard about the Frozen float that's leading that starts off the sound station?
Pre-parade. It
Pre-parade.
just kind of
Like,
goes up.
it goes
A
out.
DL or DCA?
DL.
Disneyland.
It's before Soundsational. They have a pre-parade of Frozen. So they have a new Frozen float
I have
that
not
comes
seen
out.
that.
It's not
It
really
does
a
a
new
parade,
float.
And no, it's a refurbished thing for Frozen.
It's a Christmas
Yeah.
float that Mickey
what
and
I
Minnie
was
used to skate on.
I was thinking that.
Yeah,
would be
that's
the
what
thing
it
they'd
is.
have to use.
And they put a little Olaf on there and everything. But that's basically what they use. And it takes the parade route, goes through. After it's done, then Soundsational goes out. So it's cool. I mean, it's a pretty cool float.
Alright.
They play like the whole dang song. So
Let it go.
yeah,
Let it go.
I've heard it. I
Is
hear
it
that all the time.
the theatrical or the demi?
No, it's the theatrical one.
Okay, good. The good version.
Yeah, the good version. The Demi Lovato one isn't very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this. Frozen was a good movie. It's just not as good as people are making it seem. I personally wish that they developed the characters a little bit more. Like,
But it does tap into their core demographic really, really well. Their short attention spans. And
That is true.
for kids or for,
No, for everybody now. I feel like a lot of people nowadays have very short attention spans.
Well,
That's why it's so popular.
you kind of have to...
I really wish they just developed it. Like, I want to care about this situation, but I don't. 'Cause
See,
I
but-
don't know you guys very
But
well.
you're too old-fashioned.
you're
You're not
old
thinking
fa-
like people now.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
true.
the people now, they automatically, like, boom, they're attached. I am attached to this person. I'm attached to Elsa. I'm attached to Anna.
And you have to kind of spell out the situation. And
I do not believe that beginning song had anything to do with the movie, except to show Kristoff as a young kid, which it could have not done at all.
the only thing that I thought was cool from that was seeing baby Sven.
Yeah.
You still saw him later on when the Anna was being rescued by the trolls.
Yeah, but then
You
if
still
you would
saw
if
them.
you would have just seen them kind of run up and it's like,
Okay, I believe people are smart enough to go, oh look, a little boy dressed in gray next to a reindeer, and then later on saying, oh look, an older blonde guy wearing gray next to a reindeer. That must be the same guy.
Well, I think it's also part of Disney just trying to have more product to sell.
Yeah, but
They have like toddler
well,
line of
they're,
dolls.
they're trying
They
to
did
connect
make
with
that.
so many different audiences, so they're trying to go with that audience or the.
And it is a formula that does work because
obviously.
they've made so much
They've made
and
so
they
much.
can't keep any of the stuff in stock.
But honestly, it's just they could have done with a little bit more development of character. That's just what I'm saying. Development of character is all I'm saying, guys. Do it now.
They definitely should, but
Yeah,
they use their formula and it works.
yeah. But Hans Christian Andersen might have been a little sad about the development of the character in this.
Disney's not.
Hmm.
They actually weren't prepared for it to be as successful as
I think
it
they were
was.
expecting Anna to be the major player, not
Yeah.
Elsa.
Oh, definitely.
But Elsa got the best song. Oh, yeah. Frozen had really good songs. Like, much better than some of the other stuff they've had.
That's very true.
I just like...
So he's a bit of a fixer-upper.
Yeah, I like that song.
Something.
Don't sing the song if you don't know the words, sir. But, no, but the Let It Go.
That's
just
the
development of it. Oh.
Well, kind of like Let It Go, too. Well, I think most of the songs in there, a lot of people know just the one part of the song that stands out. It's like, let it go, let it go, something, let it go. Yeah, Fixer Upper, and then, what was the other one? Oh, Do You Want to Build a Snowman?
Do You Want to Build a Snowman? I kind of like the one that Anna and not Christoph, the other Hans sing. The
For the First Time in Forever?
No. I just had it in my brain, and then you spoke, and it just went flying out the window again. Love is an Open Door.
Yeah.
Love is an open door. You know that one. I know the rest of it. I just don't want to pain people's ears with my lack of singing skills.
Let's have you sing it.
No, I just did. And that's enough of it.
But that's why the lines are so long.
I just like
the meet and greet.
The crookiness of it.
Because people can relate. There's parts of the movie that they just like.
The music.
And the characters, for the most part.
The thing that I thought when I just saw the advertisements for it, I thought I wouldn't want to watch it because of Olaf. He looked like it was going to make it too slapsticky.
Yeah, it made it look like he was the main. He was going to be that Jar Jar Binks of the Frozen.
Yeah, and he was just barely a side character.
He was barely in there. I was so surprised. I was like, how the previews portrayed him. He was a big part.
He was in it. He made an impact, but not to the extent it seemed like he was going to be. And I'm very happy about that. Yeah,
he's one of those characters where he was in there, and if anything, it added to the movie. And if he wasn't there, it still wouldn't have taken away from the movie at all. But
that's true. He was just a good side character.
And it gave that little comedic relief in some serious situations.
That's true. I feel like they may have overplayed him a little bit with some stuff. We get it. You're a snowman. You don't feel pain. Yeah. Okay. But he still did a good character. It's okay. Yes.
And that's why it's popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not a good movie. I'm just saying it could have been better.
It's still going to be huge this coming Christmas, because I don't think they have anything planned out. I think it's just Big Hero 6 that's coming out in theaters.
Yeah,
nothing big. Big Hero 6, I feel like they're not even... They need to start pushing that too.
That's more geared towards... They're gearing that more towards boys and girls.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And for Frozen, that's like, they have girls, but it's also a family thing. And
that's why it's so big. It's because the guys can even relate to it. Like, boys and stuff can even relate to it. So, it's
like, I want to be the evil one.
It's like, I want to play some girls and take all their stuff. It's awesome. Except I don't want to get thrown in jail. So how do I do that?
Don't leave witnesses.
Got it.
Anyways, back to Disneyland.
I would say the tip for the meet and greet would be just first thing in the morning.
Yeah, be there right when it opens.
You have to make a choice.
And go straight there.
It's like sacrifice the other rides. There's other ways around it, just timing and everything, but that's one of something.
Again, it's about the person going. If you care more about rides than meet and greets, go to Peter Pan first.
Yeah, but if your kids, if you like really need to see them, then go straight there. Don't dilly-dally and go somewhere else. Go straight there, definitely.
Yeah. And don't complain about how long the line is, because it's just
everybody knows.
Everybody knows how long the line is.
Yeah, every time I walk by there, you see people at the front, they're excited because they're almost there, and people towards the middle and end, they're just pretty much listless.
Are we there yet?
They're like, oh my god, I'm waiting to meet someone. I don't even get to go on a fun ride after this.
And they're all pushing strollers.
Yeah.
And you know where the kids are? Riding Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Or riding Dumbo, which we haven't gotten to yet. Or the
It's 'cause
carousel.
it's not a dark ride.
Yeah.
We're on dark rides, and then we got in Frozen Rant
I know.
because of somebody.
Yeah, well, we left off on Snow White's Scary Adventure,
Mm-hmm.
and
There's a few other
Pinocchio's
dark rides.
Daring Journey is the one that's right next to that. And it's almost kind of the same
Yeah, that's
type
it,
of ride.
Yeah. I like Pinocchio. Pinocchio's a good ride. Geppetto. Monstro.
I feel that one actually tells the story a lot better.
And-
Like it condenses the whole movie pretty well.
Yeah.
Into the ride,
It does. Well,
And-
Pinocchio is just a good, easy story to tell, honestly.
and you got a whole bunch of those gag effects too that actually work fairly well.
Oh,
Yeah.
from Temptation Island or Pleasure Island?
Pleasure Island.
Yeah, Pleasure Island.
Either way, it just sounds dirty, so...
Oh, yeah.
Hey there, little boy. I want to go to my Pleasure Island.
Spoilers.
Something about...
I don't
turning
think that
little
can really
boys
be a
into ass.
spoiler if it's
Yeah,
that old.
if it's been longer than 40 years, the spoiler effect is gone.
Definitely. Wait, 40 years?
I think it's been 40.
And then you have
hasn't
like a 5-year-old
Oh, yeah.
listener. It's like, I had never seen this before.
it? Well,
No, that's
You
a,
shouldn't be
They
listening
need
to
to be
that.
listening to. They need to go watch it now. If you have not seen the classic movies, Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Pinocchio, Lion King, you better have seen. Hercules, all those other ones. It's like
The Great Mouse Detective.
Great Mouse Detective, Rescuers Down Under,
Down under.
Down Under.
Down Under.
Yeah, but definitely you have to see those because there's so many kids nowadays. It's like they don't even see Beauty and the Beast.
No, they only see Pixar. It's
There's
like they
the
need
Pix-
to see some of these
Yeah, like-
greats.
You aren't seeing these old hand-drawn hard work. You're just seeing these people that just sit in front of a computer. Sure, they're awesome.
Is it-
And
I think-
I'm
does
not
take
bashing
awful
on them
work.
at all
It's
because
just-
they are amazing. But those old classic hand-drawn, there's nothing that'll beat it.
and just technical triumphs that they had with the pan art for Snow White, the
Oh, the multiplane camera.
multi-plane camera. That was revolutionary during its time.
Yeah.
And it's still impressive today.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a book
you know-
that's out right now that describes the whole thing, and it has all the pictures and shows you the actual camera. And the multiplane camera, there's a whole bunch of different types.
Mhm.
Well, I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's basically a history book. The name escapes me at the moment, but I guess we'll put it up on the website, or I'll say it in another podcast later on if I do remember.
Letting us down, Ben.
Jeez.
Off the top of my head, I just heard it like
Gore.
not too long ago, so I didn't really have a chance to
All right.
really research it
But
too
it's
much.
still
but
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then
And revolutionary, if you're talking about that, like the storyboarding was kind of a Walt Disney thing. Like before then, no one really storyboarded and like put out like this is what's gonna happen. Like this is the story, real quick on this
That's
board.
because it's the first animated
Yeah,
full-length feature. And, without that, we wouldn't be alive today.
yeah. I
That's
would,
not true.
yeah.
Right.
But we'll think that.
And then in the middle of all this is King Arthur's Carousel.
Yes, Walt Disney's favorite, correct? Or was that something else? Well, it all started from a
Was
carousel.
it Lillian's? Well, yeah.
Oh
he
yeah,
was-
wasn't it his wife's? No, I don't remember.
It might have been his wife's favorite. I remember it's somebody's favorite.
Well, one of the horses was dedicated.
Yeah,
It was Jingles the horse.
Jingles.
and it's
that's right.
the white horse, which just it's covered in fake bells.
Ergo the name Jingles.
Yes.
No way. I
Yeah.
would have never guessed.
Hey.
Hey, look at that. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, I'm one of those boring people that like to sit on the bench. I'm going to go on a horse. I'm going to sit on a bench. Fuck you guys.
There's
I
a,
want to go up and down.
there's a bench on the carousel that you can sit on.
I know. That's the one I like to sit on.
Oh.
I want to go on a horse. I'm going to be the old people sitting on the bench.
Yep.
My horse riding days.
Hey! Stay on the horse.
Stay on the horse. Don't make me kill you.
And like that curmudgeon-y old guy.
Hey! None of your horsing around. No pun intended right there. I didn't realize what I was saying until I said it.
I think you did.
Hey, get out of my mouth.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm saying.
There's also the Dumbo ride over there as well.
Dumbo ride, yeah. Which
also spins around.
Yeah, also spins around, and then
but goes up and down.
Corey, can you name the mouse?
Timothy.
Timothy, very good. Not everybody knows his freaking name.
I know.
Yeah, only
that's a hard question.
Yeah, that's a very hard
people.
question.
Some people are like, who? The mouse, the one that gives Dumbo the feather.
He has a name.
You're flying.
What?
Is it Mickey? No.
Does the feather really make him fly?
Yes. It enables him to fly.
With confidence.
By unlocking his mind.
Yeah. And then his mother's name is?
Oh, shit. I
I just know Mrs. Jumbo. Their original name is Jumbo. Then the other elephants were making fun of him and called him Dumbo.
It's like, because they're going to name him Jumbo Jr.
Yeah, Jumbo Jr.
That's
He's
right.
like, Jumbo, he looks more like Dumbo to me. Spoilers.
Again, there's a time limit of spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Disneyland's gonna open soon. No, that's
Your attention,
please.
Alrighty, I think we hit most of the stuff. There's also there's that food place in there
walking
too.
through the castle, the Sleeping Beauty story. Know that we didn't talk about
Oh
that.
yeah, you can go in there. It's next to the Princess Boutique that we talked about last time.
Yeah.
Where if you didn't listen to that,
It's
go ahead.
it's alright, you know.
What, the boutique or the going through the castle?
The going through the castle.
Okay.
You get to read some of the things and some of the cool little
It's
stuff.
air conditioned.
It's air conditioned.
It's shaded.
It's a little cramped, so if you're one of the larger people in the world, do not go. It's not made for us. Well, I can kind of get through, but larger than me, you're going to have a little bit of a difficult time. And there's stairs. Who wants stairs? Stairs are for healthy people.
But again, that was kind of one of the ones that was not... It didn't open with the park, but it was added in later. And
during healthier times.
But they did upgrade the dioramas. Instead of like dolls, they have like video projections and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Special effects like that one, you can pull on the door and someone on the other side will pull the door shut.
Oi! What you doing? They don't say that.
But yeah, it's something like if you're a fan of Sleeping Beauty, it's something that you'll definitely enjoy. It also covers the movie pretty well. Little storybooks and kind of Disney flourishes here and there.
Yeah.
But you missed one of the biggest rides in Fantasyland. The Matterhorn.
Yeah, I was looking at that, but we kept going back to the dark rides. I was like, okay, I'll go to the dark rides.
That's true.
Yeah, so there's the 2 tracks on there.
I have a hard time connecting that to...
Yeah, I connect that more to Tomorrowland personally, but I
don't even connect it to a land. I just see
either. I consider
World
Matterhorn
and Matterhorn like their own thing.
Matterhorn is a standalone.
Yeah, like Small World. It's not really Fantasyland, but it is.
Fantasyland, they did kind of theme it to, what was it, like a Bavarian village?
Yeah.
That's
and
why
that kind of ties
so much
in.
polka. I like polka.
Yeah, but 2 tracks on there. I forgot which side was supposed to supposedly be the faster one.
I heard. Wait, no. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's
I
like
keep
the
wanting to say
Fantasyland
left,
side, the
but,
Tomorrowland side.
I can't remember if it's left or not.
I honestly don't. I honestly don't remember which one it is.
I think whenever I ride it, I always tend to get on to the...
I always go on the left for some
Yeah,
reason.
somehow I always end up on the left as well.
Yeah, the Fantasyland side.
Yeah.
Wait, Fantasyland.
The way the line wraps around.
Yeah, because the line wraps around the mountain.
Yeah, right side or left side?
Oh,
Because the line's actually at the
I'm
north.
thinking of when you face the entrance. Okay, I always end up on the right side then.
So the Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland side, yeah. That's why I got confused because I was like, I end up on the left side, but I was thinking of when you're looking at like the entrance to it, like when you go in.
Yeah,
and
when
then
you're
it
looking
splits.
at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking left side, and then when you said Fantasyland, I was like, I'm confused now. I was looking from the wrong side.
Yeah.
I apologize. Yes, right side. I tend to be on the right side. I think because most of the time, I always come from Tomorrowland to get to Matterhorn. So I just go in the line right there. So I think that's why I also connect it to Tomorrowland.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Because you do see a lot from... Well, you can see it from every land, honestly. But, yeah, I can see how Tomorrowland you connect it to. Even though it has nothing to do with the future.
Yeah,
You
I
know
would
what?
say
I
definitely
don't care.
utilize the single rider line.
Yeah, do it.
That'll save you so much time.
You never know. You can get between someone's sexy legs.
Not
You
anymore.
don't sit between their legs anymore.
Really?
Yeah, there's 3 separate seats
Oh,
now.
that's right.
It's
They
the
updated
Space
it,
Mountain
like,
one
Splash.
from Walt Disney World. Right?
Yeah, same ride vehicle as the one at Space. Feels the same too, like super bumpy, not padded at all.
Well, it's supposed to be a bobsled. They're not exactly a luxury ride.
Well, at least the original ones had way more cushion in there, so it didn't really slam your spine into the bottom of the seat
Details.
or flatten your ass into like a pancake.
Some people can't afford to have any flatter of an ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more painful.
Ow, my bones are breaking. But yeah, good ride.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone want to bring up the little bit of trivia about it?
The basketball
Matterhorn?
court.
The basketball court. Go, tell it, Ben.
There's a break room up in the middle of the Matterhorn. Well, kind of middle top-ish portion. And it's not a full-size basketball court. It's just more of a break room for the cast members and the climbers and like whoever's on the mountain performing that time, and so that they don't have to go all the way down. Then they can
So does
play
the
a little
Yeti
bit
get to go
half-
play in there too?
half-court basketball. And you can't see it in the ride unless the ride stops and they turn on all the emergency lights and the work lights. Then you'll be able to see it. But usually it's in that section where you go through the mountain and everything's like super dark. And I think this year or maybe next year they're going to put the Christmas star back on top of the Matterhorn.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, so that's another bit of trivia.
I wanna put that on. Till I get that job. Or
It's a
just climb
huge
up
star.
it.
It uses a crane.
I wanna carry it up with like a team.
What is the Olympic torch now?
And you just keep climbing.
Now arriving, the Disney star. Yeah, I heard that you're able to climb it every once in a while. If you sign up for a certain thing, you can actually climb the Matterhorn there.
No.
No?
They have the people that they hire to climb it, like the entertainment people. But they're already trained and they have a whole bunch of safety gear on. Like, there's no way they would let the public do it.
Yeah, I thought.
Because they're, like, super safe, like, bubble wrapping everything now, pretty much.
Well, Disney in general is super safe. They gotta be super safe about
Now,
everything.
have to get sued a couple times.
Yeah. After they can't sweep it under the rug anymore.
Like, that's why Space Mountain was left unclean and, like, no maintenance on the outside, was because one of the workers fell and, like, broke his leg or something while he was cleaning.
Where?
Space Mountain on the outside, because it slopes a lot, so they have to hire pressure washers. So you have a big slope and pressure washer, like wet surfaces. If you're not careful with what you're doing, you're going to slip. But he slipped, sued Disney, they settled out of court.
Wait a second. Are you saying wet surfaces are slippery?
Only when they're sloped, apparently.
Only. So if I walk on a horizontal flat surface when it's wet, it's not going to be slippery?
No, you just break dance.
Okay.
Dumb.
People.
What was it? Oh, some of the hidden things in Fantasyland.
Go.
When you look up at...
Snow White.
Is it Snow White?
Yeah, Snow White.
It's the second story window. There's
the one that's out the most.
The biggest window with stained glass and
Yeah.
everything. The evil queen will appear.
Mm-hmm.
Just part the curtains,
Say,
stare
hey,
out.
How you doing? Wasn't she in the castle before? I distinctly remember her being in the castle.
Don't remember. You could be right.
And then they remodeled it, putting those crowns on it, those very gaudy crowns. And then she was out.
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the other thing is the Sword in the Stone. Where...
That's a good little show. It's funny.
Yeah. You don't actually get to pull the sword all the way out, and it's reserved for kids. I think I pulled it out once.
So you pulled it out at Disneyland? Nice.
Yes.
In front of all these kids?
A long, long time ago. This is before they started giving away anything. They just
had
the ceremony.
The thrill of victory.
Yeah. And now I think they give you like a certificate or something, or a pin, or just something to kind of commemorate or remember.
A good for you thing.
Yeah. Oh, good for you. Good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That one's during the day, and Merlin comes out. It's not all the time, I don't think.
I think it's maybe just once or twice.
Yeah, it's only during a certain time of the day where he kind of comes out, and they announce it. So you have to kind of be in the area. But if you have kids,
Yeah, it's not going to be on
you're
any
already in that
program
area
or
anyway.
anything.
Yeah.
It's
like one of those extra things that plus up the area.
Yeah.
Can't really think of any tips for there besides just showing up early or showing up late.
Don't really eat there.
For Fantasyland?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to consider Fantasy Fair, I'd say eat the bagel twist. At
See,
Maurice's.
that's one of the things that bothers me is like that's outside the castle walls technically.
Well,
Yeah.
they're trying to expand it, and
But
that makes me
it's-
angry. They got rid of my swing dancing. I know it's coming back again a little bit,
Very little.
but it makes me angry. They got rid of my swing. It was part of Main Street. Now it's part of Fantasyland. It's stupid.
I mean, it's a pretty area. It's nice looking and everything.
But you got
And
rid of
it-
all that seating.
And it has that show that you like.
Yeah, I like the show,
Yeah, the show is pretty awesome.
but it's... I miss the swing bands every Saturday and Friday night.
But the princesses have become so popular, they really need their own meet and greet area.
No. I need Big Ben more.
Walt Disney World actually has fast passes for that stuff.
Big bands?
No, meeting the princesses.
Mm.
So it kind of makes sense that Disneyland would do it just kind of by extension at least. And people do line up and go there exclusively. Like their sole purpose is just to meet characters. Like, look, you saw them.
What boring people. Anyways, since we're near that area, might as well go to Frontierland.
Okay, let's take that back route then. Going down by those bathrooms right over there. Kind of when you get off of Dumbo, you keep going down that side route. There's going to be that seating area. You're going to see that line.
Bathrooms there, they're usually crowded, right? But it's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad.
It's usually not too bad, but I think it's more crowded now that Elsa and Anna are there because that line goes right by there. So now it is more crowded.
No, okay.
Due to that line, because that line comes all the way back there.
Where's the smoking section there? It keeps moving.
The what?
The smoking section?
Smoking section is still along that back route.
All right. Yeah, it just keeps moving.
Not really. It's kind. You pass
Because of the construction, it
yeah.
moved a few times.
So you pass that the Big Thunder Ranch Jamboree, and it's going to be right there on your left hand side. It's going to be right past there. There's going to be a little.
it's back where it was.
It's going to be right back over there. You're going to go right in there, and they have the ashtrays and everything, benches,
It's
and
not
all of that.
listed on the map.
Yeah, but
They
it's
don't,
there.
I don't like smoking there. California doesn't like smokers.
Also, back at Toontown, there is a smoking area back there, kind of by where all the chairs are. I was surprised where it was at. I've seen it before. I don't know if they moved it, but there was a smoking area back there, like kind of where all the food is and everything.
I think they're. I don't know if they got rid of it. They might have gotten rid of it.
The last time I was there was actually a smoking area, and I was pretty surprised.
I was thinking, where you can kind of feed the ducks near the Matterhorn, a little ebb there that you can get the caricatures or whatever.
Oh, the old the boat dock.
Yeah, the boat dock
over there.
Yeah,
where now it's just.
It used to be a smoking section, but I think they got rid of it.
Yeah, they stopped it because I think the smoke from there was blowing over into Autopia and the kids driving by.
Yeah. And
So
that's where kids go to feed ducks.
Yeah.
And, because you pay how much for Disneyland and the kids want to feed the ducks.
It's like, I paid $10 for this combo and you're giving like half it to the ducks.
Heck, I fed chicken to the ducks, so.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
To the baby ducks?
No, just to any duck that decided to eat.
Oh.
And my mom was looking at me. She's like, what are you feeding them? Chicken. What? Mind you, this was only like 5 years ago, maybe. Maybe just a little bit more. When I was 20-something. I just ran out of bread, so I had some chicken. Same thing, right?
Well, since we're... Can I continue on the...
the trail. The quietest area in the park.
The quietest trail. You're passing by the Big Thunder Ranch Jamboree, which is very good. It's an all-you-can-eat barbecue. They're open...
Have you tried it?
I haven't tried it. It's too expensive for me.
It's very expensive.
$40 for adults, basically.
Yeah, and it's all you can eat, but I don't eat that much.
Yeah, but if you can
but
eat...
I don't eat that much.
If you can eat... It is worth it. And I heard it's so good. I just haven't eaten there because I'm a cheap bastard.
Well, you got to take one for the team.
Okay, I'll go take one for the team.
Report on it in the podcast.
Okay, one of these days I will go there and I'll eat there and I'll tell you how it is. And
it's like I did not eat anything all day for the sole purpose of doing this review.
I almost passed out.
I'm hungry now.
Someone had to chew it and spit it into my mouth.
Basically.
And then they kicked me out because I wouldn't leave.
No. I didn't eat all I could eat yet. Anyways.
So, continuing down there, you're going to have that nice little dark green algae-filled pond.
That has mechanical fish pop up.
Did you touch on the festival area already?
It's not really the festival area anymore. It's just kind of there's a petting zoo over there.
Well, it's a petting zoo / kind of.
I remember when it was a hunchback show.
Yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah, that's why they call it the festival.
They built it for that, and it lasted
till now. Aren't there characters still there?
No, I mean, yeah.
I was just there, and I took pictures of bunnies.
but
there's a rabbit from Winnie the Pooh, Thumper, Roger Rabbit.
They didn't have Brer Rabbit
too. Oh, I think he was there.
Was this during Easter or something?
No, this was like 2 weeks ago. On a
Makes
Saturday.
No sense.
On a Saturday.
When did you go 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago on a Saturday, apparently.
The 7th. You gave me the ticket.
Oh, I was there too. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to just ask straight out. I'm skipping a few things, but how do you feel about the changes
for Big Thunder? Well, if they worked, it would be great.
Yeah.
The past
I think it's awesome, but that's only because I've been on it when it works.
G-turn, it didn't feel the same anymore.
No. Well, you really have to stare at that goat.
Yeah, it just didn't feel the same.
They were saying it's the track too, because the track makes everything a lot smoother. So it kind of smooths out that illusion of speed a little bit, so it kind of lessens it.
Right.
But you can still get the goat trick effect to work. You just got to really turn, and you're not really staring at the goat. You're pointing your chest at the goat.
Yeah.
Like if you had a Superman or Batman logo on your chest or an arc reactor, let's go with that. Disney, Marvel. Point that at the goat, and then all the way down. Don't let go until you start moving away from him.
Yeah.
And that'll like throw your back into the side of the car, and you'll feel the G-forces push right on your chest going back.
Yeah.
Instead of sideways.
I guess I'm just doing. I need to go with you guys again so we can get that effect going.
And the effect's more, it's just that you kind of get the extra pressure on your chest and the disorientation from being kind of whipped in a circle.
All right.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. So I was curious about that.
Yeah, it'd be cool. The last few times that I actually rode it, though, like I said, it was broken, so...
Oh, that only works in the last car, too. Forgot to mention that.
Ah,
Very
that's
last car.
probably my
Any
fault.
other car won't work.
All right.
Even second to the last car. Kind of feel it, but
well,
you won't feel
any
it.
ride you ride, you want to be in the last car. It's always better that way.
Not necessarily. If you want to see the special effects for the ride, though, you want to be in the front.
You want the front, yeah.
Because it's timed for the front half of the car. If you're in the back half, you miss everything and the illusion's destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking maybe the second car, especially during the explosion and all that. It just seems like it actually explodes during the second car. The second car more than the first one.
Honestly, it's probably close. It's probably supposed to be timed up to the middle car.
Yeah, probably.
I say front middle.
Yeah, front middle would
front middle.
make more sense. Anyways, but we're getting into weird details.
Yes,
people-
we are. So,
But it depends what you want to see. If
Yeah.
you want to see the effect or if you want the goat trick.
I want to hear the first. You know how people. I want to be in the front. I want to be back. I want to be in the third, second car. Maybe is that okay?
I want row 13. Why? 13.
Anyways,
continuing down into Frontierland, once you get past there,
Golden Horseshoe.
you got the Golden Horseshoe.
Delicious, delicious ice cream.
Yeah, they do have really good ice cream there. I would say it rivals Main Street in terms of the sundaes that they offer.
They also have that giant slice of cake there, don't they?
Oh yeah, and like all kinds of fried food.
Yeah.
Mozzarella sticks on the menu.
Yeah.
If you're a vegan, you have to ask for it. It's not on the menu.
It's on the off.
It's a
menu.
hidden menu, like a vegetarian option that you have to ask for. But the show they're getting rid of was what's it called? The Laughing Troop? Or
Oh, I know they got rid of.
they got
Billy
rid of
Hill.
Billy Hill. They kicked him out to that back area,
And then they just kicked
the
him
festival area. What was it? Yeah, the Laughing Stock Company.
Yeah, that's right.
So it was the one where there was the sheriff and the bank robbers and
that
stuff,
one.
and they would run around on the outside, and it worked really well outside because
Yeah.
it drew attention. It's like, come see our shows inside.
And now go get ice cream.
And
Or
now
giant
they're
cake.
pretty much reenacting that bit on the inside, but their day's already numbered. Disney said this is going to be your last day already.
Wow.
I forget when. I think end of summer or something like that. And then basically Billy Hill and the Hillbillies, they said, hey, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what they're going to put in there. There was kind of rumors talking about doing like a character environment where you walk in and it feels like you're in a saloon. So you have,
But you are in a saloon.
but more theme.
All right. Whiskey.
Like character-
I like it. Disneyland needs more whiskey.
It's like, here's some root beer.
That's not the same.
Apple
Maybe
juice.
if they sold some sarsaparilla.
Apple juice in a shot glass. Oh, that'd be
Ooh.
good.
Yeah, sarsaparilla. Anyways. But, yeah. Then you got the shooting gallery, which is always the shooting gallery.
The shooting gallery's fun. I've hit every single target like 10 times.
Yeah.
No,
Pretty
seriously.
easy. What else do we got there?
The bathrooms over there.
the bathroom. Oh, that's kind of married to the tiki room, isn't it?
Well,
Depends.
it's in between.
There's also the one in between there and the Fantasy Fair. That small one.
That's the most crowded.
now.
It used to be a hidden one, but since that area is popular now, it's like one of the ones you want to avoid. And then the one that's shared between Adventureland and Frontierland, also really crowded. Kind of want to avoid that one too.
Because it's part of the mainstream.
Yeah. It's like you walk in and like, oh, bathrooms, I gotta pee. Or other.
Yeah. There's also the River Bell.
Oh, yeah. They actually have really good breakfast.
Though.
Changed
their menu type stuff.
Oh yeah, the menus at Disneyland changed a lot. The Carnation Cafe menu changed, and I think
just all of Carnation Cafe.
They brought back Eggs Benedict.
I like Eggs Benedict,
but they got rid of the Rancho. Can't remember the name.
Neither do I. Move on.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Where are we now?
We're over in Frontierland still.
Okay.
Well, since we're over, let's go right into Adventureland. We'll cut through that little
restaurant. Yeah, that's the best restaurant in the whole park, I feel. Rancho del Zocalo.
Oh, yeah. I thought you guys were talking about that one.
No, we were talking about Riverville and then the main street, how they changed the menus.
Oh, I apologize. You want to continue about your favorite restaurant?
Wake up. I know it's late.
Sorry.
We've been working a few days.
I'm pretty tired, but don't worry. I got up, I stretched, I will last at least 10 more minutes until I gotta get up again. Okay.
Mark Twain's Riverboat. You can actually go up in the pilot house.
Yeah.
But you have to ask the cast member at the dock, and you might have to wait a few cycles for the boat to go around. And if you're patient enough, you can actually go up there and ride it. And you get to sign the guest book, and I think they give you like a pin or certificate saying you're like a boat driver, licensed, whatever, certified something.
Well, that's what I'm going to do next time I go.
And
then
I
you
think
go. Then you go in one day, and then you're like, "I got this. I'm certified.
I got it."
Kind of like when you go ride the Tinder car on the railroad, they give you like a
little
paper or ticket or something like that.
It's something else I've always been wanting to do. Yeah,
but that one you also have to ask for ahead of time and be willing to wait.
I mean, at the town hall, right?
No, I think. Well,
I hear different things. You can ask the cast member there or town hall.
Yeah.
So I would personally just, because you're entering, just start at town hall.
Yeah, you could do that. I just, even online when I tried looking, it's always mixed. It's almost like half and half. Like it's a toss up.
It's honestly depends on the cast members themselves.
Yeah. So. If you get a cool cast member, then you don't even need to go to town hall. They're like, oh, sure. Yeah, right up here. And they'll hold everyone else.
Yeah.
But it helps if you have some special occasion that you're celebrating too, because then they'll try to make it extra magical.
Extra magical.
Like, just married, we're celebrating our honeymoon. Can we ride in the Tinder car?
And then after you take it off.
We're thinking about getting divorced. Can you help us light that fire again? Oh, Tinder car. Yeah.
Nice.
Forced puns.
Yeah,
you're gonna love them. Also over by the Mark Twain, the
sailing ship Columbia.
The
sailing ship Columbia.
Yeah. Sorry. There's that little stand that sells like the chips and stuff. And all the little snacky
Oh, on the Big Thunder side.
Yeah, on the Big Thunder side.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that the first podcast.
Yeah, where McDonald's French fries used to be.
Yeah, they built that little kind of hidden raised seating area, which a lot of people don't know about.
Mm-hmm. That one's nice. And also they sell hot Cheetos there.
Yeah,
it's like one of the very
that was your
places.
first thing that just popped out of your mouth last time, I think. Hot Cheetos!
It's hot.
It's hot.
Anyways.
Yeah, but
Away
basically it mirrors the other side where at the Harbor Galley.
Yeah.
Where there's a seating area right in front of the...
Yeah, if you sit roundabout there for Fantasmic, that's the place you get to see all the... you kind of get to see, but hear a lot of the cast members get onto the boat and all that while they're...
Yeah, there's actually 2 areas there. There's the one that's right in front of the restaurant where they sell the food, and then you kind of have to walk back towards that hidden trail, and there's a second seating area, and that's riverside rather than the dry dock side.
Yeah.
And that's a really quiet area. A lot of people don't really see it because usually there's a boat parked there. And like, oh, there's more seating back here, and it's quiet, and it's shaded.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
Anyways.
let's move on down.
Oh, well, let's just kind of talk about Tom Sawyer instead of going straight to Adventureland.
Okay.
Tom Sawyer Island, pretty cool. They changed it up a little bit.
It's Pirate Lair.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Well, at least
Tom
they didn't
Sawyer.
dodge.
I know.
They didn't ditch the whole Tom Sawyer Island.
They wanted to be, in case it failed, they wanted to revert back to it.
They could
So
bring it back.
they just pasted it on over the top of Tom Sawyer Island.
They do have some of the cool scare effects, though, like in the caves, like when you're trying to grab the treasure and a hand comes out, like, ah!
I haven't done that yet.
Oh, you haven't been in the caves at all? Oh, it's so
I've
fun.
been on the outside.
I haven't even been to Tom Sawyer Island since I was like a kid.
Yeah, it sucks that the fort closed, because as a kid, the fort was a
whoa,
cool...
whoa.
The fort
Did you say the
closed? I
fort
like
closed?
shooting people.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Wow, you haven't been there in a while. It's been closed for a long time.
No, I haven't been there since I was a kid.
All right, that
No,
explains
I-
why I couldn't get to the fort. All right.
Yeah, they closed it off, and I think it's kind of like a staging area for Phantasmic. There's a lot of equipment and stuff back there if you kind of peek through the
Stupid.
cracks.
Oh, and you can walk on the main stage when you go to Tom Sawyer Island for Phantasmic.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to do that. Look at all the fake logs.
And then they had the fake graveyard area right behind the fort.
Mm-hmm.
And like a treasure pile photo op, which I think they had a map. One of the things that I heard about was like they would hide paintbrushes on there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you found the paintbrush, you would get like a special pin.
Wow.
But that was only in the morning, and people heard about it, and they were
Just
trying to
jam
find
straight
it.
there?
And I
Okay.
think they said they stopped it, which would suck if that was true. What else was there? Oh, yeah, the caves. Like when you're running around. Being an adult now, it's a lot harder because the caves are really narrow and
Good
tight.
thing you're a kid at heart.
Well, I still ran around and I went through all the little things.
But
like
my
crawling
body
on-
has to get to the caves.
Because you're a kid at heart, so you still ran around.
And there's points where you pretty much almost are having to crawl through. But luckily I can still squat pretty low and shuffle my way across. So I don't
Okay,
have to
Slim.
Yeah.
I get dirt on my knees or anything.
What goes on in those tunnels?
But I've explored
lot, dude.
pretty much all the tunnels that I was running around when I was little. And it's still pretty much the same. I miss the rocks though, like the teeter rock and the spinning rock.
I can't remember.
The barrel bridge is still there. They added some other stuff for making it pirate themed, like the water pump.
I'm sorry, Ben. This just popped in my head. I need verification. On the train, when you're getting off the Main Street one, and you're heading into New Orleans Square Park, and you pass the jungle part, you're in that jungle. Wasn't there a leopard or something on that flat rock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there used to be something
Okay, thank you. I tried to say that to several people.
It was a
Did
panther.
No. Yeah,
Black
thank
panther.
you. A black panther. Thank you. No one seemed to be part of that page that I was trying to draw to them. And there's no, there's never been. Yes, there was. It was right when the elephant.
It didn't
went.
move or anything. It just
Stopped
it was
being.
fixed. It was like a taxidermy. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it was there. I remember that. That was pretty awesome, actually.
I think there was a speaker there, which put out like fake cat
Yeah, fake cat sounds.
growling, whatever sounds.
It was like right after the elephant
Yeah.
made its sound. No. Uh-oh, did you hear that? That part.
We're entering Adventureland.
Yeah.
And I remember every time I passed that, I would always think Knott's Berry Farm, like the Jaguar ride. The same sound. Like, wow.
Jaguar. Gosh. Nuts.
It's true.
Disneyland is so much better.
I think it might have disappeared around about the time that ride came out.
Which ride?
The Jaguar.
No, it's still around for a while.
Really?
Yeah, it was around for a while because I remember it.
Maybe the last 2 years they took it out.
No,
around there?
Been longer than that, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll ask the train people sometime.
Okay.
When'd you get rid of that leopard? Jaguar. Whatever. The dead cat. When'd you get rid of it?
Alrighty.
Yeah, so I think that covers Frontierland.
So I guess I gotta head over to Pirate's Lair, or like I like to call it Tom Sawyer Island, huh?
Yeah, well, there's a lot to explore. If you have a camera, it's really hard to take pictures because it's so dark in there.
Oh, that doesn't matter. I just want to run around. I'll just run around with my flashlight.
But the flashlight ruins it.
For everyone else, and that's the point.
Yeah, so we'll just take the raft on back to the mainland.
Alrighty.
Across the rivers of America.
And let's get right into the adventure. In Adventureland.
Indiana Jones, breaking down most of the time.
Yep.
But they did...
even after the refurbishment?
I don't think I've been on it since the refurbishment.
Ah.
But...
Have you ridden it, Ben? Since the refurbishment? Have you ridden the Indiana Jones ride?
You know, I think we actually did touch up on these.
I think we briefly did.
Yeah.
But I have ridden it now, so...
Yeah, I don't think I've read it before they put in that the mask effect.
Okay.
There's a mask effect?
Like, you know when you first go in and then there's the head and everything?
Mara, the idol mask.
The when you go through the Chamber of Destiny or the different...
Yeah, one of the three doors. Yeah.
Which, most of the time, it's stuck on one.
Yeah, it's because it's like the doors don't pivot anymore or something.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't pivot anymore. They just...
That used to boggle my mind. I was like, every time it's different.
What?
But it's the same ride.
Yeah, and it's pretty funny. On the left, during the Fountain of Youth one, it's a guy. All right, and he's topless. Okay. On the right, it's a topless woman.
Yeah?
I never thought of that until recently. Oh, holy crap.
They have this projection mapping that they do on the mask. And so it starts off looking all pristine and stuff, and then it's like, you looked into my eyes, and the mask like cracks and changes color and melts and stuff. And then you turn, it's like, you looked into the eyes, didn't you? And you kind of just go back on
you
the...
looked into the eyes of whatever.
Mara.
Yeah.
Mara.
Well, they also...
your path now leads to the gates of doom.
Yeah, see, they also changed...
Cue dramatic music. Not yet.
It's dramatic.
Pretty dramatic.
Go.
Well, they did change the movements of the cars themselves. This is something that not everybody's going to catch, but they've added some dips and turns in here and there. Like, there's some that caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting it. Mm-hmm. It, like, basically is kind of like simulating, like, the car kind of, like, stopped, turn, and, like, hopped a little bit and then scooted over. Like, if you hit a bump and, like, your car pulled up and then it, like, sideways scooted over and then it took off. So I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. But, like, then there was a couple different things in there. I was like, huh, I don't remember those.
Another verification thing for the ride. Wasn't there real fire in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was just fucking everywhere.
In the cavern scene.
Yeah, in the cavern.
Yeah, wherever the laser beam went, there was fire.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom will not agree with me, except there was at one place. Like, no, there was fire everywhere.
There was a lot of fire in there.
So much fire. Like,
I remember when all the effects were working the one time I went on it. And it was fairly recently, too. like I want to say within the last year. I noticed the fire because I felt the heat, and like, this is really hot in this ride. I never remember being this hot.
But now the fire is only at one place, if it ever works, and it's like towards the end of it. Before it was just laser beam, fire, laser beam, fire. I was like, how are people not choking to death with all this fire?
Because it's natural.
Yeah. But still, am I not knowing that kind of thing brain when it first came out? Like, there is so much fire.
Like,
but
my face is melting.
Then they cut back on the fire. I miss the fire. They need to bring the fire back, not red steam. That's not fire, guys. That's red steam.
Yep.
They're probably melting too many stuff in there.
Could have, but do you think they would have thought of that, when designing it?
Meh.
Anyways.
So there's a few things that people just aren't on the same page with me.
Yeah, I try to get on the single rider line for that. And I guess it's selective. Well, depending on the cast member when they want to offer it. Because I went and I'm like, oh, we're not offering at this time. You can come back later. Or you can wait in the standby line, which is like 2.5 hours long. Like, I'm just going to go on something else. I was trying to hit all the single rider rides that time.
Oh, and they ruined it for you.
Yes.
Stupid Indy.
Broke my streak.
If I was to work at Disneyland and work attractions, I would probably do Indy because I like hats. So yeah, nice hat.
Don't the Cars people get hats too?
Cars, but they're ball caps. I want a nice fedora.
Like the Jungle Cruise peoples?
Jungle Cruise people. That's not... Oh, do they have fedoras? I thought it was
I thought
a weird safari hat thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, it's not a fedora.
Also, Jungle Cruise, for me, I've always liked it better at nighttime.
Yeah, the jokes are funnier.
Mm-hmm.
Use the flashlight more.
It really depends...
on the skipper and if there's kids in the boat.
Yeah. The two biggest factors there. If you have kids in the boat, you're going to have a regular ride.
Yeah, the uneventful one. But
unless the kid's sleeping.
If it's a bunch of adults, you're going to have a little bit more lowbrow humor.
Which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
When I did catch it those few times. I was lucky enough to catch it those few times.
The tongue-in-cheek type of jokes that you say, I get it because I'm old.
And one of the things there, too, like, you really need to laugh at their jokes to kind of enable them to...
push the barrier, as it were.
To embolden them. Just like if you're at a comedy club, it's not like you're there, you're sitting in the audience, crossing your arms like, make me laugh, funny guy.
Yeah, come on. Won't you be funny?
Entertain me. Dance, monkey, dance.
You're a clown. You're a clownfish, right? Tell us a joke.
Be funny. No, but same thing with the Jungle Cruise skippers. Like, you really have to work with them, and then once they do it,
yeah, then
that'll like get them to loosen up and tell you the good jokes, the ones that they've had chambered for a long time,
very long time, waiting for you specifically.
Yeah, but basically, go on it at nighttime. It's so much better. Even if it's just regular, even if there's kids on there, it's still a better experience than during the daytime, in my personal opinion.
Did we already hit Tomorrowland?
Yep, we hit that last time.
Did we?
I don't remember.
Well, I remember talking about the rocket rods and what a waste of time that was. Autopia, they changed that. From when I was young to now.
Submarines are
That's
gone.
changed.
They're opening up temporarily.
I don't know why. They
change
should
it.
just leave it down,
It was good when it first opened. The Finding Nemo thing was a good swing back in. But I think they could utilize that space for something different.
Yeah.
I understand you have all
all
this money in this, but it's... do something different, guys.
Yeah. Captain EO closed yesterday.
Oh, did it? Oh.
So that whole facility is going to be closed until, was it 4th of July?
Are they going to bring Honey, I Shrunk the Audience back, or just going to change it to something else.
Don't think they're going to bring any of it back. I think it's going to be something else completely different.
They're going to make. Hopefully, it's a ride.
Yeah, but they're going to have the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer showing there.
Oh, so they're not going to use.
And it's going to be 3D
Muppets.
and use the motion effects in the theater.
Yeah. I was just kind of irritated that they kept using the Muppets. It was for everything. Like the prep and landing, it was for that. And
at least they're rotating it now.
Yeah, now they moved the Maleficent to the Bugs Land. The Tough to Be a Bug.
Yeah, theater.
Yeah, they moved to that for the first time. Like, I like the Muppets, guys. Stop picking on them. I think the only reason why they didn't do it this time is because Muppets Most Wanted came out. And they needed to feed on that.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the next park, and I think we've wrapped up.
Yeah,
Disneyland.
We've basically hit all of Disneyland now.
If there's anything we missed, please let us know. Anything that you feel as though was not touched upon enough, or touched on too much, or
Mm-hmm.
you know, the penis statue trick. We didn't mention it, but I just did now. So
So if
You want to explain that?
yeah, Walt Disney has a penis.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at
If you're walking from Frontierland, you'll see it. That's all I'm going to say.
You gotta be creative with your positioning. But
You'll see it. You'll figure it out.
I like how the little statuettes, they kind of adjusted things so that it wouldn't be as apparent for
The statue I have is based off the original, so it's
not
not fixed.
You got an old one. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Alrighty.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Talk about Disneyland. This is probably going to be the last story. A friend of mine that worked there, he told me about a story that some ducklings were there. You know, talking, oh, everybody, oh, ducklings. And, you know, he cannot interfere with it because it's nature or anything and stuff. So he's trying to keep people away from, you know, the ducks and don't mess with them too much. All of a sudden, this crane came down and took one of the ducklings and flew off. And I was like, oh my God, why'd you do something? Like, what am I supposed to do? It's nature. So yeah, I thought that was one of the best stories. Just this bird coming down and just eating one of the ducklings. And made me laugh so hard. Good night, children.
So now on that brutal note, I hope you guys enjoyed this wonderful podcast. We've got plenty more to come. We still have DCA to go over, and possibly a little tour guide of all the rest of the lands.
I just realized we missed the monorail, but that's fine. We could talk about it during our Downtown Disney or something like that.
We'll do downtown. We'll deal with Downtown Disney. There is a monorail. So, but yeah. We have plenty more to come.
Mm-hmm.
This was the second half of Disneyland's trips, tricks, and whatnots. Pretty much covered everything. So once again, I was your host, Corey. With me tonight, I had Ben.
Hi. Bye.
Yes, that's the
Bye.
Bye. All right, thank you. And we also had our special guest with us tonight, Steven.
Yep, and you know, the whole thing was fun. I liked talking about Disneyland. So
All right, and I'm sure you'll be back for when we do DCA as well.
yeah, was it the Taco Night Limited is now leaving, and yeah,
Main Street Station.
stops at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. Yeah, bunch of good stuff. I like the train.
Yeah, I can tell. Alrighty, well, thanks for listening, guys, and
Another thing we didn't really talk about that much, actually. Anyway, sorry, we're saying goodbye.
alrighty. Thanks a lot.